By the light of the sun, by the depth of the moon, by the flame of the wand, by the pentacle of earth, I call upon the guides of wisdom, the ancestors of the craft, and the holy guardian angel. Guide us now through the stations of the dove and serpent. Reveal what is hidden, that we may transform it into light. Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we have the Two of Cups. This is the card of love. This is the super glue that holds everything together. This is the first card in our set, and it's called the Station. It's your sense of self. It's your current identity. It's the tone of your being, and it's one of love, right? It is love, affection, gratitude. It is union. It's an urge to merge. It's self-love, divine love, romantic love, platonic love. It is universal love. It's spiritual love. Okay? This is who you are in your own private thoughts. This is who you are when you are alone, right? So we should reflect on how this card resonates with our sense of self right now. Are we full of love? Are we full of gratitude and connection? Do we have kindness and altruism in our heart? Do we have peace? Are we do we have a strong spiritual desire to merge with the with our I was going to say the object of our affection, but to merge with the universe, right? Are we operating from a place of love right now? Yeah. And maybe this is in terms of your relationships with either the divine or with self or with platonic or romantic partners. What is the nature of our relationships right now? Do we have that kind of love in our life where we feel supported, we feel encouraged, we feel as if the relationship lifts us up? The relationship itself inspires us to be the best version of ourselves. Yeah. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Context is everything. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. You have a Five of Swords. Okay. We have the High Priestess. You have the Three of Pentacles. You have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Temperance card, or the Art card, right? The blending together of energies. Interesting there. We have the Three of Cups. We have a Queen of Swords, a Two of Swords, a Ten of Pentacles, the best life, right? That is, that's everything. That's wealth. That's all the marbles. That is the picture of your very best life. I think this is pretty good. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're just going to set it down over here with Dwight K. Schrute right on top. And let's see, we're not going to look at that card until the end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction in the comments down below. Okay? Now, as we look around the room, we see major arcana energies. Your intuition, trusting in the intuition, knowing that that this expansion, this grace, the synchronicities, knowing that everything that's happening is for real, is allowing you to blend your energies together with this other thing in your life. and get all the marbles. All right? Whatever this urge is for you, this is the urge to merge. We want something. I want to unite with something more than anything else in the world. It could be a person, could be an energy, could be a path, a purpose, a project. Okay? It's the urge to merge. It's love. I want this. I want to unite with it. And of course, the Wheel of Fortune is asking us to trust the process, trust your intuition, even though your mind's got some doubts. Enter into combination. This is the urge to merge. This is the actual merging, right? This is the alchemical process where we're volunteering for this thing. We are entering voluntarily into this union, and we're being changed. We are changing the other thing as well. There's a third thing emerging from this union. And it's going to be difficult. It's going to have challenges, but it is worth it. Okay? So whatever you're having doubts about right now, Spirit is saying do it. Whatever you might be a little bit confused about right now, Spirit is saying you will see the light. It will all become clear to you. This is a worthwhile union for you. Whether it's a romantic thing, whether it's a friendship, a personal relationship of another kind, a business relationship, whether this is you following that particular path, I kind of want to go and do this work over here, or start this job, or take this class, or whatever. Spirit is saying yes. If you feel that love in your heart for this thing, do it. Yeah. We haven't done it yet. We don't see much fire energy except for the future position, the temperance card. It's a Sagittarius energy. It is fire. This is the fire we have, and this is us stepping into the fire. So that to me sort of indicates that, like, if we choose to do this, we've got to take the initiative. We've got to step forward into this situation where we know that there's going to be something expected of us. We're going to have to do something, change. We're going to have to contribute. We're going to have to, we're going to have to take action. We're going to have to move ourselves in a particular way, right? Otherwise, we have water and water. You got some air and air. You got some earth and some earth. Okay, I don't even know where to start. This is really good. Position 2. I'm trying to go in order these days because I've noticed I've been jumping around a lot, and I think by staying in order, it makes things a little bit more coherent. It's a way for me to try to organize the flood of feelings and impressions that I get, which sometimes, as you know, I get kind of scattered because there's so much rushing in at once. And I'm learning how to now just kind of to channel that into one particular station at a time. So the second position is called the battle. This is where our task and our quest is, right? It's our conflict right now. This is the challenge. And it's defeat. It's the 5 of Swords. It's kind of a card of uncertainty. It's a card that's saying there's part of our mind that has already written this thing off as a failure. Well, wait, say what? You haven't even started it yet, right? So this is us doubting whether or not this is real. I love this so much, but am I just fooling myself? Is this really true? Is this something I should do? Or is this just wishful thinking? Is this just me wanting something and feeling it? Am I being foolish to follow my emotions here? Is this just a whim? Is this just something that there's no chance it could succeed? Well, look at that 10 of Pentacles at the end. Yeah, this is going to be good. But you got to get over the doubt. So this is where your courage is really being tested, because your mind, your mental energy, your logical brain is saying, I don't know, I can't really see this being a good idea. I can't really see the future. I can't really see the plan. I'm uncertain. The future's a little bit cloudy. It's like we keep shaking that magic 8 ball, and the magic 8 ball just says, I don't know. It's a little cloudy right now. Things are uncertain right now. So we don't get a clear answer, yes or no, right? And so mentally that's our conflict, right? That's what we're dealing with. And so what are we learning through this conflict? Well, we're learning about trust. We're learning to trust the universe, trust our intuition, trust the feeling. You can't fight the feeling, right? We've got to trust it in this case. And so the battle here really is for you not to defeat yourself before you even try. Because the 5 of Swords is that mental disposition. It's that mindset that says, I've already lost. It's already a no-go. We haven't even stepped into the pressure cooker yet. We haven't even started the thing. So how do we know that it's not going to work? Okay? And that's just it. You don't know. Okay? And so the defeat of this card is that if we start thinking negatively and we start mistrusting or distrusting ourselves or distrusting the universe, we're never going to get to the top of the mountain. We're never going to get the completion of this. We're never going to get the fulfillment, the riches, the wealth. We're never going to get to the goal because we're sabotaging ourselves before we even start. So this is what we need to overcome, is that the doubt. Okay? If you're doubting whether or not this love feeling you have, this urge to merge, is a good idea, trust in it. Spirit's saying it's a good idea. It's not going to be without its challenges, but it's a good idea. Okay? Now, third card, realm of the soul, the hidden self, the unconscious, the deeper feelings and the deeper longings, and it is the high priestess. The high priestess is sort of that whisper from the shadows within, that is kind of telling you, trust the feeling. It's like something inside of you is saying, go for it. But then our logical mind is saying, no, I don't know if I should listen to you, high priestess. The high priestess is saying, just do it. Take my hand and let's go. The intuition will never steer you wrong. And what we have to do is calm down that intellectual, logical, left brain kind of rational mind. Calm it down through sleep, meditation, breathing exercises, mantra, whatever. Distract it with something else so that you can hear that voice of the Spirit inside of you, that high priestess inside of you that's saying, take my hand. This is a good idea. You can trust this. Okay? So this is, in some ways, this is part of our confusion because, our logical mind might be saying, I don't know if this is real. There's doubts. There's always going to be worries. Things could go wrong, right? What if it doesn't work out? And yet there is this voice inside of us that really wants to do it. This is like our, part of this emotional landscape or the inner yearning. We feel as if we're moonstruck by this thing, that we're so in love with it. It's like, I don't know if I can trust myself. When you're so deeply in love with something that you'll find any reason to go and do it, that you kind of feel as if it has some sort of a tractor beam hold on us. Even though our rational mind might be saying, no, I shouldn't do that. I know it's a bad idea. Somehow we feel like it's grabbing us by the shirt collar and just pulling us forward despite our better judgment. This is the reverse of that, okay? This is something that I feel like your intuition is trying to lead you in the right direction, okay? Your intuition will never steer you wrong. But we have to be able to distinguish the intuition from just wishful thinking. And so I think it's good in a way that you have this opposition from your logical mind, because we're not just taking the feeling at face value. We're kind of looking at it and thinking, is this real? Is this authentic? Do I really want this? If I want this that bad, if this is coming from my soul, the depths of my being, I'll figure out a way to make it happen, right? So it's kind of good that we have a little bit of that conflict, yeah. But I think that we're ready to take the hand of Spirit, to take this beam of light and follow it. This is coming straight from your soul, okay? This is the message that your true self is sending you. And I think that we have to listen to this voice. What is it telling you? Distinguish between this voice and your logical, rational mind that might be saying, no, it's not a good idea. There's something inside of you that's saying, it's a good idea. Where there's a will, there's a way. If I want it this bad, if I love it this much, I'll find a way to make it happen. I may not know all the answers now, right? 5 of Swords. I may not have the perfect plan, but I'd rather go forward with a bad plan than not go forward at all and totally abandon this. We can't get the 10 of Pentacles if we don't take action and move forward. If we stay put, it's going to remain a potential, and it will never be fulfilled. Now, this is position 4. It's the dwarf. It's the old pattern. It's something from your past that's still holding sway. It's a little bit of old karma. And this could be a couple things. It's the Three of Pentacles. It's a card called work. And this might be something in the past saying that, you know, there was a time where I thought I saw the potential in something. I took a chance on it and I failed. And well, I don't want to do that again. So the rational mind is saying, this seems very similar to something that happened in the past. So it must be the same. And it will probably turn out exactly the same as the thing did in the past. Therefore, I should not do it. Right? And we took a chance on something once. This is something that had potential. It's a 3, right? It could work. Maybe it didn't. And what do we learn? We learned not to take a chance. We learned not to trust ourselves. But just because something had potential but didn't work out in the past doesn't mean that it's doomed to repeat that same pattern over and over again. This is not the same thing. This is different. Because you're different, the situation's different, the time is different, the space is different. We're in a different point in the universe now. We're millions of miles from where we were last time it happened. Okay. So I feel that this is, the Three of Pentacles is a lingering shadow, something that still holds sway. Yeah, and it might be, maybe there's a pattern here now that kind of says, every time I sort of see potential in something, I get scared and I end up talking myself out of it. Because it feels like this is it's a really big reward. If it works out, it's going to be huge. I mean, it's the Ten of Pentacles. This has the potential to be everything. And look, yeah, it does. It has the potential to be everything and more that you could possibly dream of. This is really your destiny. You need to claim it right now. But this is the potential. It's saying, well, yeah, I could invest all of my money and I could become a gazillionaire, but I could also lose everything. And maybe we made a bad investment at one time in our life. And now every time we're sort of feeling motivated, we're feeling this urge to merge with something new, we tend to not trust it because there was one time where it didn't work out, or maybe several times. This is something that needs to be faced. Okay, the Three of Pentacles. If something didn't work out in the past, it's because there was something that was out of alignment. Sometimes what's out of alignment is our full faith. If we're investing in something, a relationship, a business, a plan, a project, a purpose, if we don't have full faith and trust in it, it's going to crash and burn. This card talks about the body, the heart, and the mind needing to be in proper working condition. I like looking at this card and thinking of like a drone or something with the little fans at the bottom. And each of those fans have to be spinning in harmony. They have to be working together, and then that thing can take off. It can rise straight up. And if one of these things, if our body, our heart, and our mind, our blood, sweat, and tears are not equal in proportion and working together, things are going to flop over and die, right? So everything's got to be working properly. And I think that if our heart is into it and our body is into it, but our mind isn't, it's not going to work. If the mind and the heart are into it, but the body can't do it, body doesn't want to do it, there's going to be a problem. If the body and the mind, but the heart's not in it, it's going to be a problem, right? So we have to get the mind on board. We have to somehow accept this and learn to trust it and settle the mind. Because if the mind is all doubt and, I don't know, then we're not going to be fully into it. We're not going to be fully invested. We're not going to be thinking clearly. We're not going to be tapped into our spiritual energy. We're not going to be creative, and the thing's going to flop over and die. We don't want to squander the potential that's here. Okay? This is the card of work. And this is the card of the potential. Kind of saying if we put in the work, this can be great. Okay, and this is a lingering card from the past for you. So it is a feeling that there was potential somewhere that didn't get fulfilled. Yeah. And now here we are again with a similar opportunity. And we have to ask ourselves if we're going to kind of repeat a similar pattern, or if we're going to be fully on board. Fully on board. The next card is the Giant, position 5, the driving force, the impulse that propels you forward. It's the Wheel of Fortune, right? And here we see the creative energies, ambitions. We see the potential. Again, we see the growth. This is the card of expansion. This is the card of like, I can really get all the marbles here. You know, this is our destiny, ready to unfold, and we want this. This is growth and expansion. This is profit. This is ascendance. This is prosperity, right? This is a Jupiter energy that's bestowing upon you great good fortune. And that's what we want. And we're ready. We're ready to manifest our great good fortune. Oh yeah, like, you know, who isn't, right? But we sometimes have doubts. Like, yeah, I want to have all this growth. I want my life to expand unbelievably great. But sometimes I don't believe it's possible. Sometimes I don't believe that I'm meant to have that. Sometimes I don't feel like it's for me, you know. Sometimes I sort of get pessimistic. Sometimes I doubt myself. You know what I want to do is let's do a Language of Flowers affirmation card for this pesky 5 of Swords. And it keeps doubting everything, right? Doubting all of this good fortune and sort of ruining things. Courage, be brave, be strong, believe. Believe that you're meant for great things and you will achieve great things. Believe that you can grow and expand in this perfect circle larger than you ever thought possible. Believe that you can do it. That's faith. Faith in yourself. Faith in the universe. Faith in the potential. Faith in the face of all that doubt. Courage is having faith. There really isn't a good reason to. It's easy to have faith when it seems like a sure thing and your mind is already like, yeah, it's like obvious. Obviously, it's going to be great, right? The odds are good. Yeah, I got total faith. Yeah, it's easy. It takes courage to have faith when your mind is finding all these reasons why it's not going to work. I'm not good enough to do it. This is too good to be true. It's not meant to be. All this blah, blah, blah. It takes courage to have faith. It takes courage to trust. That's exactly what you need. This is kind of telling you like what virtues you need to embrace. In order to grow and achieve that 10 of Pentacles, you need courage, you need faith, you need hope, you need trust. You need to believe that it's possible. You need to believe that you're capable, that you're strong enough. You need to believe that Spirit wants this for you. Whatever this is, business, family, love, whatever this urge to merge is, you have to believe that it's real and it's true and it's authentic and that it's meant for you. So we got to get over that 5 of Swords, right? It's really, really bad news bears. The next position, of course, is position 6. It's the imago, the image of your future self. The next step on your path is to put yourself in the situation and allow things to start happening. In here is where the magic happens. This is like we're jumping into the pot of gumbo and we're going to let things happen. This is where all the ingredients cook together, you know. This is where the flavors really develop. And the Temperance card is kind of a beacon that we are becoming something. In this situation, this is the pressure cooker. This is the blacksmith's anvil, which says there will be challenges. We have to allow ourselves to be transformed by the situation. And by that requires acceptance. To do that, to allow ourselves to be changed, means we have to accept it. We have to trust in the process. This is a process of transformation. We're going to be changed. The other person or the other entity or the other, whatever, the other is going to be changed as well. The two of you merging is going to create a third state that is greater than either of you were separated. Feels like love to me. Feels like reciprocal love. It feels like mutually respectful and encouraging and supportive and uplifting love. You're going to change, they're going to change, and something new is going to be produced. You know, you put your celery and onions in the pot, the celery and the onions, they're going to change, but they're creating something new. that flavor, right? That mirepoix, and I guess you need the carrots or the bell peppers or whatever too, depending on your region. The ingredients will be changed in service of the larger thing that we're creating. So it's kind of a sacrifice, you know? And the mind, that Five of Swords, is nervous, doesn't want to do it. Says, I don't know about this. Okay, can you imagine if you're putting the celery in the pot and the celery says, no, I don't want to be changed. I don't agree with this. I don't like this idea. And the celery there's trying to climb out of the pot, you know. But the celery has to believe that this is what it's meant to do, is to be, you know, to be alchemically transformed into something greater than the sum of its parts. The gumbo, right, is so much greater than just the sum of its parts. So much greater than just the celery by itself, or just the andouille by itself, or just the chili powder by itself, right? It's everything together that makes that great thing. So the mind is sort of resisting going into this. And I don't know, maybe we kind of don't want to lose our independence. You know, we feel that this is maybe I shouldn't have to change, or there's parts of the mind, the ego, that doesn't want to change, doesn't want to be sacrificed on the blacksmith's anvil, right? On the altar of whatever this union means, whether it's career or success or life or love or, you know, whatever. But this is the choice, and this is going to shape us. It's going to mold us and shape us. We're willingly laying down on the blacksmith's anvil, and we know that we're going to be changed and transformed, but it's for a higher purpose. Okay? Now, we're going to move on to the path of the serpent, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Position 7, the persona, the general energy, and it's the Three of Cups. This is a card of gratitude. This is the card of love, radiating love and gratitude and kindness and affection. This is joy. This is celebration, right? And I think that whatever this thing is for you, this kind of represents. So we have the Two of Cups. Now we got the Three of Cups. So this is saying that, look, a third thing is being created. There's you and there's the other. And together, magic, sparks, chemistry, marrying in the pot, you know, getting cooked in that pot. And this is what's being created. Such joy, such love. The third thing. It's, you know, the Two of Cups is like all the ingredients of the gumbo. This is putting them all together and cooking them. This is the joy and the delicious feeling of eating the gumbo. This is ecstasy. This is that union that creates the ecstasy. That is the byproduct, really, of the union. Yeah. So I feel like this is, I feel like you're a very, very gracious person. I feel like you're very, you have a lot of love to give. Yeah. And I think other people see you as a real joy. You know, people love to be around you. I feel like you're kind of the life of the party in a way. And people see you as very confident, very gracious, very loving, very calm, but very passionate. And I think this is really, yes, we need to stick with this energy, because this is kind of the 3 and 3. We believe in the potential of something. We believe that every situation has the potential to be amazing, that every union has the potential to create joy and jubilation and abundance. And so this is what we want to identify with. We want to get out of this mindset that's kind of like, well, I don't know. We're doubting, we're second guessing, we're self-defeating, we're sort of negative internal dialoguing. You know, we're maybe pessimistic or cynical, or we're just not sure. We want to identify with this. Now, this is, like I said, the persona. That's the way other people see you. And that's the way we need to see ourselves, I think. Right, as ready for this, as capable of this. We got to believe. Okay, so this really does serve our highest purpose, because this is, like, again, this is that card of gratitude. This is the card of really like that third thing being produced. So we have to really, we have to believe that this is our destiny. Okay, now in the 8th position is the shadow. It's the sort of some unacknowledged things. This is kind of our This is our relationship with the environment right now, and this is the Queen of Swords, okay? This is something that we have to sort of embrace. This is objectivity, okay? That we need to, it's a weird thing because we want to follow this emotion. We want to follow this urge to merge. Spirit's saying yes. Your intuition is saying yes. Have faith, have hope, have trust, believe in it. But there's that part of you that wants to rise above it, detach yourself from it, and look at it objectively. You know, we want to get that bird's eye view. So this is kind of like you're taking yourself out of your feeling and you're invoking your logic. Yeah. Usually I say, this is good. This is what we need to do. But maybe this card is like that kind of that shadow aspect of yourself. Maybe when you have a feeling, you tend to kill your feeling by being too logical. By taking yourself out of it, something feels really, really good, and you have to intellectualize it. You have to try to explain it. You have to try to like objectify it, right? By pulling yourself out of it, which means we stop feeling it, and we're just looking at it logically, rationally. And so maybe in this case, we don't want to do this anymore. Maybe this is how we've been limiting our experience, you know, by almost denying the feeling, by pushing it further away so that we can look at it and we can analyze it logically. We're looking rationally at an irrational state, an irrational energy. It's emotional, right? It's not rational. But we're trying to make sense of something. We're trying to make sense of a feeling. We're trying to have a logical conversation or a logical debate with our intuition, with our heart. And the heart's just saying, I don't care what you say. This is the feeling. The feeling is real. What we're sort of, the way we're describing it and analyzing it and labeling it and categorizing it, that's the construct. The feeling is the raw feeling. The intellect is going to try to label it and categorize it. It's what it does best. And by doing that, we're sort of killing the feeling. You know, we're kind of losing the vibe by being too intellectual, thinking too much. Yeah. So I feel like this shows us where our power, where our skill might be getting in the way. Maybe this is one of those cases where we don't want to get that bird's eye view and get out of the feeling and look at it objectively. Because that's gonna diminish the feeling. That's gonna kind of deflate that energy. We want to be right there in the middle of it and kind of like let it consume us. Because we're jumping in the fire, you know. Now the position 9 is the specter. It's the anxiety, the dread, the challenges that we feel most. And it's the Two of Swords. This is what's haunting us, right? This is kind of our fear here. And it's the mind fearing loss of control because, see, the Two of Swords feels like it's a card of decisions. And it is. It's saying that you're kind of afraid of making the wrong decision. But if you look at the top, that card has a little crescent moon at the top. And it's saying that the way forward is to really stop the mind and use the intuition. Follow that lunar energy. This is the full moon. Right? The high priestess is the full moon or the waxing moon, the dawning of the spiritual perception, the dawning of the intuition, the widening of the psychic aperture, and the opening of the third eye. This is the card that says the mind doesn't want to have to acquiesce its control or to kind of relinquish control to the intuition, so the mind's going to protest. It's difficult for us to shut the mind off, tell it no, and let the intuition, let those deeper emotions guide us. But that's how we're making the decision here. Following your heart, not your mind. Because your mind will find a reason not to do something. The heart just feels it. The heart is that raw emotion, that passion, that urge to merge. We don't want to objectify it, label it, categorize it, pigeonhole it, analyze it to death. It takes the heart of it out of there. It kills it, ruins it. Yeah. And so this is the key to our liberation. By, in some ways realizing that our mind has been diminishing this feeling that we have, trying to explain it away. And it's not a logical, rational thing to be explained. It's a feeling. It's a raw feeling now. And that intuition has to guide our way. And where it's taken us is right into our destiny. 10 of Pentacles, wealth. This is position 10. The destiny, the culmination, the fruit of your labors, the fully realized potential, the fully realized outcome, the self, right? It's a card of wealth. It's the card of your best life. And this is what you are creating with every choice you make. Following your intuition right now is going to get you the best life. It's going to get you the fulfillment of whatever this path is. And now we have to align our choices with the intuition so that this can materialize. So what steps can we take right now in order to get closer to this? We got to say yes to whatever this urge to merge is. Yes to whatever this love feeling is. And we have to be willing to get into that pressure cooker. We have to be the celery that climbs into the pot and says, I'm ready. I'm ready to be transformed. I'm ready for this to materialize. And we have to believe that this is truly meant for us. Okay, that Wheel of Fortune, I mean, that's really good. Okay, let's look at the mystery card. This is position 11. It is the guide, the higher self, the inner teacher, the wisdom that waits to lead you onward. Now, what do we think it's going to be? Well, maybe an Ace of Swords, maybe a Four of Swords. It could be an Ace of Wands. It could be an Ace of Cups. I kind of feeling the aces here, you know. It might be the Moon card, your Pisces power card. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. Another 10 of Pentacles. Duplicate, right? Echoing this sentiment. So the 10 of Pentacles, it's your best life. You got your pets, your plants, your people. Everything is here. Full fulfillment, right? And this card blesses your journey with its counsel. What message does this card whisper to your soul? Trust its guidance. It's lighting your way. It's saying, look, this is the potential outcome here. Might as well believe that this is possible. If we doubt it, if we don't believe it, and we don't do it, we don't try, guaranteed not to happen. I guarantee it. I guarantee it that if you don't say yes and go do it, it's not going to be done. Right? It's not going to be done. If you don't put the pot of water on the stove and turn on the heat and put the ingredients in, you're not going to have a gumbo. I guarantee it. The only way to cook it, the only way to have it is to make it. I mean, I guess you can go buy it, but someone made it anyway, right? So that's what we need to embrace here. We need to say, look, if this is the potential, it's worth the risk. Why not believe in it 1,000% and see if we have a chance of making it? But if we harbor that doubt and we end up kind of not doing it or just kind of half-assing it, right? Probably not going to happen. If this really feels like it seems like it does, why not believe in it thoroughly? What have you got to lose? Maybe you fall short. Maybe you don't get all the way to the highest potential. Maybe, so what? Better than nothing. Better than where we started out. Okay. So I feel like this is worth our full faith, hope, and trust. Yeah. I think this is a really wonderful confirmation card. Now, please let the lessons of these 11 stations settle into your heart. Each card is a mirror, and each station is a temple of transformation. And remember that the tarot does not dictate your future. It reveals the patterns of possibilities. It invites you to co-create your destiny. If this reading has illuminated your path, share your reflections down below. Together we journey onward, ever upward, and ever inward. And we're going to do an extended reading as well. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner. There's a link down below in the video description. New readings for Pisces on Thursdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.